yesterday.
Hello, Fantasy Goats. How are you this evening? Happy Monday. It is August 24th. Holy smokes. Holy, you know what.
Last week of
Look,
August, man. Last week of August.
I don't typically like to curse within the first 35 seconds of a show, but holy shit. We're here, baby. It's on. It's so on. Today we're just going to get into like some draft advice. We're gonna talk about most recent information, most recent news that just came out yesterday and today, as a matter of fact, that pertains to our fantasy football drafts, that pertains to this upcoming fantasy football season, and some other stuff that it really pertains to the bigger, zoomed out picture on what I've been trying to stress, not just for the goats, but for the purpose of the channel, is to make sure that we are getting verified information, make sure that we are going to sources that we trust, make sure that we're adding context to all noise that is out there. Noise is unavoidable. We will never be able to eliminate it. That's not the point. In any event, goats, hello, I'm your shepherd alongside the well-rested commissioner. The commissioner is back from his mini vacation, and he looks like he's been on a mini vacation.
I'm well rested, but I'm back.
And the ward chief looks like he's gearing up. He's definitely gearing up. All right, so yeah, again, we're gonna get into what we think is the most appropriate actions to take regarding one Ashton Genty. We'll talk a little Keyshawn Boutte, and there's a bunch of other second, third tier, tertiary information and stuff that's floating around that's happening, like Trey Benson. Oh, Trey Benson. All of a sudden became available. Look at that. Imagine that. And no, whatever your questions, Goats. We're cruising at an altitude of 40,000 feet. That's probably too high for a commercial liner. Nevertheless, we're hitting the mark. We're going to hit the mark. Help us get there. Por favor. Like and subscribe. All right. Oh, lastly, housekeeping. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow for advice to present to you, the Goats. Of course, big draft weekend that just happened. Big draft weekend upcoming. So we got that going on. We'll be back tomorrow for advice, or we'll do something. We'll spin it fun, as always. Thursday, same deal, same bat channel on Thursday. Friday is a special. Friday, we're gonna kick off the college football season with a college football preview, because we are also we're junkies like that. We're junkies like that. It's important for us to examine how these young lads, and I don't mean McConkey, how these young lads do in their season, right? Because this is who we're drafting next April. It's as simple as that. All right, War Chief, man. War Chieftain. I was thinking of the War Chieftain yesterday with the news of Ashton Genty. As of now, it's being considered a sprained ankle. As of now, I do not have a timetable. I don't think there is an official timetable right now. There may be speculation on Clutch Goat, baby. There might be some speculation floating around there, floating in the echo chamber. It could be 2 to 3 weeks. It might be 4 to 6. But how about this? From our experiences, I'd say we should wait on getting first the full diagnosis. Like an ankle sprain, okay, that's good news, right? That's probably much better news than some of the other shit that was taking place yesterday.
Unless it comes out he needs surgery,
and then that's the total opposite, right? So let's just maintain let's maintain some hedgeability right now, without being able to verify. He's got a sprained ankle. We don't know. We don't have a timetable yet. Let's wait on the timetable.
Absolutely.
However, the timetable couldn't have. It's interesting, right, Rhino? Because like it's like my own theory is being put to the test, right? My own theory of like, God, might as well be drafting. You want to be drafting in the preseason. You want if you're going to have an injury occur, it might as well happen now rather than later. Well, this is probably as close to it, right, of season as it could be. Now, there is more. We do have a window, War Chief, right? There's a window here. Best case scenario, that he still has a window between this date or yesterday and the Raiders' Week 1 contest of about what, 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not a terrible cushion as long as it's the best case scenario from the diagnosis standpoint. However, that's not going to help Bobby, who's got a draft Friday night with his fraternity.
JX, who had to draft.
It may not help.
Keeper league 2 hours after that news,
I drafted him Friday or Saturday night. I drafted Genty.
So it absolutely helps nobody that's already got him on roster. It's not really helping Bobby. And I got news for Bobby, who's drafting this Friday night with his friend. I got news for you, though. And this is what really makes it fascinating. I can't recall a time where you've got this caliber or this status of player. 1-2 turn, right? He's a late first round, early second rounder, right? I mean, like there's no slicing that. I seen some of the lunacy of taking Genty first, and that's not out. It's not that out of the whack of crazy. People like to have fun with it. So go ahead, have fun and take Genty first, no problem. However, now this opens up a whole entire different ball game. So if you're not taking Genty because you know he's going to be out for an undisclosed time, it's not necessarily the player, the next man that you're going to take. It's now what happens to the Ashton Genty sweepstakes down the board. So what went from maybe a couple of people, right? A couple of people at the back end of the draft that may have had their eye on him, may have been targeting Ashton Genty in that area of the draft. Now he's open season because he's going to drop. He's dropping.
I'm not afraid to drop him right there. If your league has an IR, draft him, and then worst case scenario, you can put him in IR for 2 weeks. But if I draft Genty, then I'm definitely freaking handcuffing Mike Washington to him, and I'm definitely freaking getting 2 solid running backs to cover. Like I went in the draft before I happened. Sorry, I went Burrow at the 108. 108. Just kind of and I usually don't draft quarterbacks in the first. And I went Genty, Walker, and Breece Hall. No, wait. Genty, Walker, Breece Hall. Then McBride in the 4th.
Look, I'll do some personal experience. Also, just want to let you guys know. On the way back, setting up for the show, I hit my elbow on the way. And on Twitter, Dr. Ass Grabkowski, he says I might need Tommy John surgery. So just want to let you guys know.
Okay. Well, I'll pray on that for you.
Thank you.
Are you icing it?
When's
the MRI?
Well, it literally just happened, so we assumed the absolute worst, and I'm gonna need Tommy Johns. So, but no, I mean, literally yesterday, like I said, when this happened, it sent everyone in absolute
everyone.
It was like Chicken Little running around. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
It's so funny how everybody wants to put out a story so fast that they just go out there and put information that's just not even remotely true. I understand him being hurt. Like anything could be anything, but don't put the world in a frenzy just because you want to get a story out. Because it just felt like this person was topping this person. this person was topping that person. I saw he was walking out gingerly. Well, I saw that his leg was coming off. Well, I saw that he was just basically a head and shoulders. Like, bro, what is going on? I got a draft in 2 hours. Like, what are you doing? So, with that, in my keeper league, okay, at the 1-7, where it's a keeper league, so majority of the dogs are gone. So, I'm looking at Gene T or Hampton. Not that Hampton's not a bad choice. I really wanted Gene T though. But how could I confidently make that pick on Gene T when I don't know what's true, what's noise, how much time do you really have to, really diagnose it, But now that things are clear, I wish I'd have picked Gene T, and here we are.
Hampton?
Yeah, Gene T for Hampton, absolutely. But I mean, it's just that's what I'm saying, man. Just like these people that, like I said, they want to make a name for themselves, and it's just like
It's
It's
insane, man.
Clickbait bitches, man. That's what they are. Clickbait bitches.
It went far greater than that. It did, and I could sit here on the soapbox for a good hour right now, but I've been preaching it, and it goes far greater than that because I'll tell you because then you had people that we actually interact with, people that we actually know, people that we would consider respectable. We're already ranking Mike Washington. Already moving him up. I'm
not even going to tell you where Mike Washington went in that draft. I'm not even going to say it. It's just, and I only could imagine how much Mike Washington was drafted, picked up. As crazy as it was yesterday.
Actually, I got him for 2028 second.
Yes,
but I would done that. I would have done that trade anyways, if Gentry to get hurt.
Goats yesterday encompassed far greater than anyone that's just doing it for clicks, doing it because they get paid, doing it because they do have a specific expertise, doing it because they have a specific site that they rank for. It encompassed every single corner. Oh man, the Raiders are gonna bring in some help. They're gonna bring in some help. Here's the list. Here's the list of help. J Goat, baby. J Goat. Achan and Kyron, ETN and Pollard. Well, I don't see Genty, so your team already won. No, I'm joking. Quarterback is Bo Callahan and Pat. Wide receiver Jets.
Jettas, probably.
Oh, yeah, probably Jettas, yeah.
Rashi, I like Rashi. Devontae Adams for a third wide receiver is not terrible. Mike Evans might be your third wide receiver. If not, Mike Evans is a nice little flex bench piece. Alec Pierce, the clock is running out on this dude also. Like, get the hell back on the field already, Alec Pierce.
Brian Thomas can win your league, if quite possibly do that. This is a solid B.
The A-Chain pick, it's good that you have a good RB2 there. Good RB2 that all he does is score touchdowns.
Good RB3. It's a nice RB3 too.
Yeah.
Jay, I know one move you need to make here to really round this thing out, because that tight end room it's a little shaky. I know there's a guy who wears blue and yellow who's just floating around probably in free agency right now. That is just waiting to be picked up by you. He has nice red long streaks like Peggy Bundy. He's looking at you. His name is Terrence Ferguson, and he was looking to be on your roster.
Terrence Ferguson.
I probably still have the file. Hold on. I may still have this file. Is that him? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Terrence, well, you could do T Ferg. If you don't get your shot at Bowers, you've always got Fergenstein.
Always.
McBride, I may want to fade McBride into like the third. But if not McBride, you know who it is. It's not Jake, but Terrence, baby. Terrence. And, Rhino gave him a little mention down here. A little mention for T Ferg. In April, Rhino was going out buying that T Ferg jersey. Now it's you know what? I don't know. I'm not sure. Chick. I like Chick. Like Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely. Would have been better if you would have put like it would have been
Why?
nice. It would have been.
Why?
It would
Because
have
it's
been
your opinion or what?
It would have been better if you would have put
Why?
like Sadiq.
I don't know.
I like the Jalen Warren. I like Jalen Warren.
I'm glad you like something.
Okay, boom. Thank you guys. I just drafted them. Well, wait until the 13th, 11th, 12th, and 13th round to draft quarterback late. That's a strategy, man.
Absolutely.
You know, we all get where if you're going to draft Josh Allen that high, we get it. I get it. He's going to score a lot of points for you. But what if he doesn't continue to score that same amount of points? What if he's only going to throw another 20, 30 touchdowns and rush 10? Still, it's an outrageous number. He's a high scoring fantasy player the last few years. But what if it goes down just a little bit? And what if Pat Mahomes throws for over 4,000 and 35 or 40 touchdowns? Then what? Then the difference between Pat Mahomes being drafted in the 12th and Josh Allen being drafted in the 3rd, it's only a little bit. The margin is that it's not that wide. That's why you want to take the guy late. You want to draft the quarterback late. I get it. Superflex is a different story altogether. Okay, what else we got? I'm sorry. Was there anything to add for Genty? Oh, Genty's a 4th, 5th round draft pick for most. And that's where he slid as of now, according to what I'm looking at. Close to 5th round. So what's interesting, and I'll wrap up with that. What's interesting is what was the majority of the Ashton Genty managers that were around that 11th slot, 12th slot, that back end of the draft, maybe 10, 11, 12. I think it's now he's available to all 12. He's available to the entire league now if he's going to fall that far. He's literally available to anybody.
You can't draft scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't. I mean, you shouldn't. But at the same time, what if hypothetically there was news today, right now, that he's going to miss 4 to 6, and take into account this that we have a good 3 weeks of that. So he's going to miss a few weeks. 4 to 6.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
Justin Goat, how are you? Would y'all rather have AJ? I'll let the stewards answer this one. AJ, Skywalker, Rashid, McBride, the keepers. He's keeping CD. He's keeping Malik. Beautiful. 3 wide lead. Though
I keep either Walker or McBride.
Yeah, I'm going with McBride.
Yeah, I mean, I would. You're already keeping. Would you all rather have AJ, Ken Walker, or Rashid Rice, or McBride? You're already keeping 2. So the rest of those guys are already on your team. As long as if you want to keep McBride, as long as you're not losing the round that you drafted him last season. Same goes for A.J. Brown. You probably drafted him in the 2nd round, if not maybe a little bit later. I bet you A.J. Brown was a 2nd round pick. I bet you McBride was the 3rd round pick. And Ken Skywalker was an RB dead zone last year. So that's in the middle of the draft, I'm pretty sure. Maybe at the highest, maybe a 4th round. So as long as you're not going to lose, Justin Goat, any of those specific picks, however, but what if you are? What if you wanted to, like, you're already keeping CD? That might be your 1st round pick. If you're not losing any rounds, go ahead. Let's get the tight end on roster. And who's the other one? Are we going with Skywalker?
I'm either going. I'd go McBride or Skywalker, regardless of draft spot.
I'm all the way on McBride in this scenario.
I lean heavier on McBride. That's for sure.
We got CD Lamb chops and neighbors, man. So you're pretty set up already.
Yeah, I mean CD and Malik, like
Mm-hmm.
Pretty set up. I wouldn't mind having those two. Wouldn't mind having those two at all. All right, yeah. So yesterday's news, lousy. What about taking Rico or Warren, Ryan Goat? What about taking Rico and Warren? Which Rico, Dowdle or Ty Warren? I'm in the camp of Ty Warren. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the Rico people out there. I'm going to go with the guy that's going to be in there with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm also going to go with the Steelers situation where the dude's also going to catch the ball. Now, Rico may get his, but if they're going to be sharing the backfield, we know Rico needs 25 attempts to get hot. He ain't going to get that here.
yeah,
That's my call. You could get Warren probably. They're probably damn.
They're about right by each other. I go Rico. I like Rico better.
I do like Rico better, but I keep going back to Rico Dowdle's Cowboys usage, and like, is he going to do that to Rico Dowdle again? I hope he doesn't, but that's something that could be in play. Even I like Rico a whole lot better than Jaylen Warren, but Jaylen Warren just sticking around, man. Like he just consistently sticking around.
He's like the.
Rico got the money though too.
He might be.
Warren is still waiting.
Is there a trade potential for Warren? You want to trade for Jaylen Warren? Oh, you mean with the NFL? Oh, would the Steelers perhaps move off of Jaylen Warren?
Nah.
No.
Maybe sending him to the Raiders. I don't see that happening.
No.
I don't. I think
Maybe Caleb Johnson, but
I think Warren is
still.
I think Warren is too damn valuable to that team. He gets the award, as far as I'm concerned. He gets the most valuable blue collar workload running back award. Like all he does, he just works. Ever since he was undrafted as a free agent.
You're welcome.
I like where you're going. Again, Ryan. See, it's okay for Ryan Goat and the Goats to ask these questions, but for some of the people that are putting it out yesterday, here's the list of potential. All only with the motive only to like be able to now come back. Fast forward 4 days from now, told ya. See. Like here's the quote, like a quote tweet. Like I told you I had him going here. Big deal. I mean, like big shit. First off, I mean, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Like, why would the Raiders? What kind of business would that be to now send more draft capital?
And they're fine with Washington. I'd be. I can see Trey Benson. Maybe they're picking him up, but I think they're fine with Dill Love and Finley.
I think they're fine. They have to be. What kind of message is that sending? Come on. Especially if it's going to be best case scenario. Where like, okay, he's not going to miss that much. Oh, no. I was just in the draft and thought about it. It's good thoughts, Ryan Goat. Good thoughts. My other league. I traded Sutton.
You didn't get fleeced.
I traded Sutton and Bill for Jadarian and Keenan. What up, Frankie Goat? No, fuck it. Any day that you could move Cortland Sutton is a good day here.
especially with and JCM, because we don't know what that's going to look like at all.
Maybe we don't.
It's so
I do.
it's I know. Well, we're hoping it's Katron Allen and Rasheed White.
Yeah,
Might
it's
take-
not. It's not Katron Allen. It's
Might
not.
take a while.
Not
It's
that
not
boy.
Katron Allen. This is why they're giving Katron Allen 30 carries a game in preseason. I don't think it's gonna be Katron Allen. It's gonna be Rashad White and JCM for sure, though.
He looked real good with those carries, didn't he? He looked about as good as he looked as good, Katron Allen, that first week of preseason as Shador Sanders looked. Playing against maybe half of the starters, maybe the other half were second teamers. But Katron Allen looked as good, relatively speaking, as Shador Sanders looked under center. And we know what happened next. The man's going to start for the Browns, and it should be of no surprise to anybody here that money is what's factoring into this decision.
And Justin, is this a dynasty or redraft league? Just curious. I like Jadarian Price and Keenan Allen. On that, I like that side better.
Frankie Goat, baby. The Frankie Goat is here. Clutch game, baby. Running back by committee for the Raiders to start the season, possibly. Yeah. I mean, like, what the fuck? What the hell? Yeah, let's go send a 6th-round pick for Trey for Trey Benson. Let's go send a 3rd round. Let's go send a 6th-round pick 2028 for Sean Tucker. So that means that Mike Washington cost two picks. That makes no sense. You just drafted this guy.
So Justin, it's a redraft. I still think I go to Jadarian Price and Keenan Allen.
Watson is starting for the Browns. He is after he stood up at the podium and complained
What a bad look.
that fans are booing him.
Well, Rocco.
Then complained in the same press conference that the same fans that were booing him also cheered him when he tore his Achilles, and he's got a chip on his shoulder versus the fans. And I don't think the fans are booing for an injury. I don't think they're booing him because he got hurt. I think they're booing the organization that paid you.
So Justin, if you have Chase, Jamar Chase, and Nico and Marv, I would do that. If you're getting Price and Keenan Allen, get up Sutton and JCM.
We are Jamar Chase, blah, blah, blah. War Chief. What we got here? PPR Price. What do you think, War Chief?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a win or a loss. I think it's not. I thought it was a pretty even trade.
Yeah.
Like I say, you got the upside in Price, so I mean but I think besides that, it was an even trade.
And with it PPR, we know Keenan Allen's a freaking PPR machine, man.
He is.
Keenan Allen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Keenan Allen. Let's get some little Keenan Allen music. In honor of Keenan Allen. Let me lower that. Another Rhino. I want him to start up.
Did Justin say whether it was a dynasty or a redraft?
It's a redraft.
I don't know if he's available, but I would also just snag Zach Charbonnet also, if you can. Snag Zach Charbonnet and put him on in your IR spot. He's IR available right now.
I think Washington is underrated. Mike Cap Genty ceiling. I mean, the only thing that I would say about Mike Washington is the coach that drafted him may want that type of bruiser, right? Inside runner.
Yeah, he's good.
Which is weird to say
But
because
even then, Genty, I think, is still gonna be the workhorse. I think it's gonna be like 60-40. I don't think maybe 70-30.
even under the circumstances, like
Yeah.
with these circumstances,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like you,
Yeah.
for of all people, right? Because I've been hearing this for years now. You know, even let's say he comes back, like how could he be 100% like no problem? I mean, I hope that's the case. I hope, like, you know, you're a young man, you're a prime freaking elite athlete. I mean, it wasn't that bad of an all these things I'm hoping for. And I don't have one freaking piece of Ashley Genty.
Oh, now I see you did that trade yesterday as price and a flex. That's nice. And so it seems after a couple rounds, the running back rooms falls way off. It does, but then it does because you're still getting Javonte Williams, you're still getting Ramondre Stevenson and DeAndre Swift in the later rounds, and it's not that far of a fall off, not for me at least.
I've been kind of preaching it all off season, and it's kind of remained the same. Like if you need to get 3 running backs in the top 5 rounds. That is this year. Every year is different. Every year changes.
Yeah.
But this year, 3 rounds are dedicated to running back out of the top 5. Because after that, it does kind of just. And we like Jordan Mason. We like JCM to a bit, but that's kind of where you're getting after that round.
But those are nice bench pieces to cover for the bye week. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Let's put this up for this was our latest, my latest. I think Rhino may have had a draft or 2 in between. This was my last draft. Just give me a moment here to go. So I'll show you a little bit of what War Chief is saying in terms of we want to try to get 3 backs in 5 rounds. I mean that would be the strategy. Unless of course you're a nut and a sicko that still wants to go with like the hero, like the prototypical hero RB, and then pound away a wide receiver, and then after that dead zone, there is another group. There is like another mass tier of backs. At least there was. You know, it's that remind.
I've done that before. I've done Hampton and then done Puka not Puka, two strong wide receivers, and then gotten Breece Hall, ETN. Or I've actually gotten Breece Hall and Walker too.
I have the 2 pick, and I have to pick, and I like to pick wide receiver, but I think this year I'm going to go Bijan and Gibbs. How could you not, Frankie Goat? How could you not? How could you not? It's right here for you. How could you not? They're saying, well, this guy didn't.
Because look at that. Like, this is a perfect example that when we get to the 6th round, we're looking at Bayshell Tootin and Jalen Warren range.
Yeah.
Well, and they were the only one.
Respectfully.
Those were the only 2 that were selected in that round. But then here's that other like mass tier that I was talking about, right? Now after that, you have your options of JK, Ramadre, if you wanted to draft Chuba, if you wanted a piece of the Rams with Blake. Here's Rico down here. Jordan Mason. We haven't heard much of him in the last week or so. Where's Big Boy Mason? Another one of War Chief's faves. But look how far down he is. When was this draft, Rhino? This draft was like what? A week ago?
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks?
I think so.
Is Jordan Mason still going this late? So that's that. Forget about the names for a second. Just look at the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 RBs within 2 rounds between 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's these aren't bad names. Some of these guys are not bad names to start throwing darts at. Thoughts on Devon Achane? Also, Neighbors and Alive. We'll start with the guy in the middle. Love him. Devon Achane, man, he's going to get a sick amount of work.
Yeah.
I really do think he's going to get a sick amount of work because that team is so bad. He's the only one that's good on it. They're so young. They're going to be starting a lot of rookies on that team, both sides of the ball. Katamari Gold. By the way, if you're new to this channel, Katamari Gold, appreciate you joining us for the first time. If you're new to the channel, I don't recognize the name. My apologies, Gold. Please like and subscribe. Jordan Mason. What about Jordan Mason? I'd rather.
Hold on. Time out. I'm sorry. I got to stop you for a second. Please put Clutch's comment
I got you.
at the front of the room, please.
I'll let you handle it because
This is not a joke.
it's not a joke.
I don't joke. I don't joke over bragging rights, over championships, over just the camaraderie of being better than your friends. You will draft Terrence Ferguson in round 15, and you will be able to hold it over everyone's head. How did you not see that coming? How did you not see that coming?
But they have 500 tight ends. How do you go? But
don't listen to that. Don't listen to them.
No, listen to that. Listen to that. Stay listening to that for right now. Because then we're getting that freaking bargain barrel prices still. I just got to like the 17th round last night or Saturday. 17th round. The last pick.
It's true.
This is the easiest pick.
16th round. Because I did kicker last, but
This is one of the 2 easiest picks you can make in fantasy football year, circa 2026.
Clutch is going to go in with you. That's fine.
You
will not be disappointed.
We are gonna roll together again, just for the simple fact that it's not going to make or it could make, but it won't break your team. The way where he's still going. What about Jordan Mason, sniper? What about him? So looking at current ADP from Fantasy Pros, he has moved up a little bit from this draft. He has moved since this draft that we did, which is a real draft. So right now, Jordan Mason is sitting at 98.6, but plus 3.6. So he's moved. He's moved up.
Yeah, Frank.
Yuck.
I'm with you on that one, Frank.
Yuck.
And then waiting, and your running backs are Henderson, Price, and Dobbins.
Yeah, man, that's a tough pill to swallow, and maybe that's why he took Josh Allen because he just assumed. Well, he looks at it like, well, Josh Allen's a running back basically, you know. But yeah, I mean, I would have forced Javonte Williams there, but everyone's a little different. I know it would have felt gross, but Javonte Williams has top 5 running back upside. He does. And if you go, oh no, he doesn't. Well, he finished number 7 last year, so he has top 5 running back upside.
I'm trying to. This was also 3rd round reversal. That's why it looks a little screwed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So when after Josh Allen, after that pick, and then London went, it went all the way back over here to AJ Brown, Olave, Nico Collins. So now look at this run: Scatterbrains, Josh, Javonte, Breece Hall. The next logical back should have been probably, if not ETN here, it should have been Kyron here.
What up, Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Not if he wanted Allen that bad in the 2nd round, it shouldn't have been Mbuka, but you know, who am I to judge? I'm just here to win with you, goats. Right, Tron Goat baby. The sniper don't like Jordan Mason. She likes Aaron Jones. We know this. We don't like Jordan Mason. I don't really like him either.
I don't think she likes any Viking players.
I'm gonna ride with him. She likes Vikings. She likes Kevin O'Connell.
She likes eye candy. That's it.
or at least war chief.
On that candy that you found in your
You're the
your
candy.
fountain drawer that's been there for 5 years.
You're candy corn. 5 years, like sucking candy.
Like those strawberry candies.
A butter, yeah. I love those too. Or butterscotch.
The strawberry candies that only your grandmother buys. That they're the only person over there they even buy those from.
And
Let me tell you about it.
right when you buy into, you know it still is all hell, but you're
Yeah,
still
still is all
eating the damn thing. It's sticking to your teeth. Your teeth are stuck together.
Like, grandma's like, you like your candy? Like,
Uh-uh.
That's so good.
Don't like Frankie Goat. I mean, yeah, that number 2 team has got a big boy wide and a big boy quarterback. Emeka Buka is in line for a nice season or a really good season if his freaking toe holds up. Look, this is what happened. Everybody, including all the goats here, right? Everybody's going to be in a league with people that are going to kind of make a mistake. At this time of year, now we're capitalizing on it. We're going to capitalize on a mistake that your league mate might make. You want to call it a reach? Call it a reach. You want to call it like, okay, this was their pick. It's their guy. It's their team. Whatever the case may be, it may be a mistake. Capitalize on it. We capitalize by taking best players in your tier.
Yep.
Best players that you have ranked. Best players that you have conviction on. Thoughts on Bryce Young's matchup against the Bears week 1? Can he produce? I
think so.
No, against the Bears.
Hey, since it's hot take day, why not? You know, with Ashton Genty, both of his knees exploding out yesterday. Bryce Young could be quarterback 1 after week 1.
I guess against the Bears.
Where's the Bears?
Where's the game? In Charlotte or in Chicago? Probably Chicago. Is my guess. Probably.
I can't underestimate how bad the Bears, or overestimate how bad the Bears defense is going to be. They're not going to have a very good defense.
No.
Especially they lost the free agent that they signed that was be their best DB too.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost their safety that had all interceptions last year. So yeah, it's Tronga. This is a question for you. Big auction draft tomorrow. Debate on going big for elite Gibbs, Bijan, or Jamar Chase for $70 of the $200 budget, or my target AJB, Brown, Barkley, or Neighbors for $40.
That's some big boy shit. That's just some big boy shit. Tronga, baby, debating on going big for either Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar Chase for $70 on a $200 budget. For some context, John Goat, I'm under a $350 fake budget, $350 budget, minus keepers. So let's say we spend $50 off the top, $300. Gibbs is being kept. Gibbs is being kept, as a matter of fact, and it's costing this manager $120. $120. So that's just for context. $120. Now again, that's under a $350 budget.
It's almost half your budget.
And he's you know the strict majority strategy in this situation would be you keep players that aren't that didn't cost you anything the previous season. So now you're working with as much money as possible this season. That's why I was able to keep Garrett Wilson for 4 years, right? I auctioned him for $7 in 2022. Don't ask me if I won a lot of championships in this league. You boys are funny. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Chase for 70. If that's your mark, man, if you want to go for one of the big boys, hopefully you could try to get it for a little less. If not,
because the drop off for Neighbors at 40 isn't that much.
Yeah, I'm looking at Neighbors. I'm like, that $40. That's like the app. the absolute most, I thought you might have been given a little cheaper, save us a little money. Maybe
Yeah.
$35, $33 it could be potentially. I think like Neighbors in that spot a little better.
You can almost get Neighbors and Barkley for the same price you're getting for Chase or Gibbs and Bijan.
Also, don't forget, you want to read the room, right? Like if you're going to nominate Jamar, if you're going to nominate Bijan, some of the league mates may have an idea or the inclination that, okay, this is what Gold is looking for. So they'll just try to jack the price up, right? Try to, raise the costs. So just be mindful of that. And it's true. I mean, again, you could, if you see a bunch of plays in that first 20, 30 minutes that are being auctioned at crazy amounts, let some of the other guys spend the dollars. Well, you're still going to maybe get, okay, so maybe you didn't get Bijan. Maybe you didn't get Jameer. I bet you're going to get CMC for a little bit less now. I bet you're going to get Saquon Barkley for a little bit less now.
Derrick Henry probably for less.
Oh, my gosh. Of course.
Brees Hall for less.
Of course. Now, are they in that tier?
Where's like in your draft, where's like the Hampton, Chase Brown, A-Chain tier? Is that right below? Right below like Gibbs and Barkley, Gibbs and Robinson?
Knowing the league, those guys would be like a tier below, yeah. Or even like a third tier. Remember though, it's not a snakes.
Right.
So your shepherd's gonna come in. You think I'm coming in off the top rope? I'm not coming in off the top rope. I'm gonna nominate Jordan Mason, and then maybe start a bidding war over Jordan Mason, and then I'll have Jordan Mason fight out like some shit like that. Is what I'm trying to say. Like,
how many keepers you get? How many keepers you get for your?
You could keep two.
Oh, okay.
Two max. So I'm gonna keep Luther Burden just because he's dirt cheap. I had him on my team last year, or I got him off a free agent. Nevertheless, it's going to cost me $4. $4 for a round 4 starter. That's how you want to play this. Philly Mike OG Goats Brees Hall ruled out for season with torn MCL. Forgive me if I don't go to my phone.
Yes, please do that.
And check that. Ha 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 ha!
With a torn MCL?
Yeah.
It's not true.
Okay. Don't be doing that, Philly Mike, to me. Don't be doing that.
See, that's what I tell folks all the time. I was born and raised around that area. You can't trust anybody around Philly, man. You just can't.
Killing me, Smalls. Damn.
I wonder if Adam Schefter, how Adam Schefter would feel about you throwing his name there, keeping you on your toes. That's right. It was a nice little test. There was no overreaction here. We stayed calm. And let me go check for verification on that.
My heart dropped for a little bit for a second, but I couldn't imagine that.
The keeper is what it sounds like. You get to keep players.
Yeah, like
you could do that in a normal format, like a redraft, like a snake draft format, and just keep players, each season. Or you could keep players and do an auction style draft, which is no snake. Sniper, you nominate somebody. You can nominate Matthew Golden first if you want to. You can nominate George Love. You can nominate anybody. Your turn. It doesn't go round by round like that.
Yeah, my longest running home league on ESPN is 5 keepers. So right now I'm keeping Bijan Robinson, Puka, Devontae Smith,
Listen to this roster.
Puka, Devontae Smith, Robinson.
Lamb,
I don't have Lamb.
Dak.
Oh, and Ladd McConkey. And then I'm trying to decide between Henderson and either Dak or Stafford.
So we do have a little Trey Henderson news, don't we? He did get, I think, bruised up, nicked up somehow, some way, shape, or form. And you don't see the type of coverage he gets.
No.
Not at all, not even close. And you know what's honestly speaking, it has to do with the fact that he didn't have that fantastic, although production wise wasn't terrible. B, think about this. He wasn't drafted that far removed from Ashton Genty. He wasn't really drafted that far removed. He just wasn't in the first round. He went to Ohio State, much better school than freaking Boise State. I mean, to me, it's mind-boggling.
What do you think of?
Nevertheless, Ramondre Stevenson is wheels up at this point.
Yeah. What do you think about my team? Drake May, Taylor, K9, JSN, Brown, Tet, Fannin, Tintin, redraft. I like this team.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nice team.
Sorry. Where the hell is this?
It's a nice team. I like your running backs. I like your wide receivers with JSN and Brown and Tet.
Yeah, Tet as your third wide receiver is money. I know it's even a 10 man, but that is a absolute floor of 1,000 yards, 75 catches, and 5 touchdowns. That's an excellent third wide receiver. And
The only one that makes me nervous is Fannin, especially with freaking Deshaun Watson.
What's the over-under on weeks before he's pulled?
2.5.
That's it?
Yes, absolutely.
It's just stupid.
Absolutely.
Then why wouldn't you roll with
Would you
Shador
ask-
now?
But
if he's booed?
that should tell you though. That should tell you if they're willing to, after he embarrassed himself yesterday. That should tell you how bad that whole room is bad. I was thinking about it today. Why didn't they draft? Why didn't they get a solid veteran like Jameis Winston or whoever else was out there? Like they could have got somebody like that in there.
Because they're a poverty damn franchise. That's why.
Like Jameis had one of the most quotable lines you've ever heard when he was a Cleveland Brown.
Yep.
Thank the Lord I get to play in some snow. Some real
And
football.
he was joyful about it too, like a freaking 10-year-old boy. God, he's a national treasure. And then it's funny. One of the teachers or the principal's husband is a Cleveland Browns fan, and I told him, I go, so what do you think of Watson being starting quarterback? And he hadn't heard. And he sat down. I've never heard this man drop so many F-bombs in my life. And he said, so I said, well, maybe he's just going to start his first 3 games on the road. He goes, Ron, do you know how well the Cleveland Browns faithful travel? He's going to get booed.
I think he has 2 chances. If he doesn't, then they'll start Shador, and whatever happens after that happens.
I mean, I don't want to make too much of the ball that was thrown into the guy's backside, or the ball that he threw that was into the dirt, whether he's ready, whether he's not, whether he's more experienced. We know he's more experienced. You could see the reaction, and again, I don't know if this was very well done, took the clip, found the clip, and there's no context to Denzel Boston looking like he was mortified by looking at the pass. I'm sure it's half true, but just him at the podium, he's out of touch with what's happening there. Why is he out of touch? Because he's gotten the bag already. He's already paid, and he's barely played since.
How does he have any kind of connection with the receivers? There's no connection.
It's the stuff that we don't see.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that we don't. I mean,
now Shador Sanders has connection with them.
It's the stuff that we don't see. I'm sure that it's there. You can't. Todd Monken. It's malpractice. Todd Monken, an offensive guy, has to know that he'll be able to at least be competent, whether or not Haslam had to put pressure or Andrew Berry had to put pressure to get this guy started for a few games just because of the amount of money that has been paid.
Maybe they're hoping he gets hurt. They put him on IR, and then they can. Yeah, never mind.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think we gotta just look at the situation.
Yeah.
And know how. I mean, he's not very good.
No,
Deshaun's not very good. What does that say about the whole room is in general? I'm not saying any names because I don't want to get canceled. But the whole room in general. Deshaun's not good.
Maybe
they're starting him.
Maybe this is what their way of making sure they get the 101.
I mean, I would. That's what I'll be playing. I will be playing for the 101.
That aggravates me.
It should.
That aggravates me because, like, when are you going to start winning again? Like,
but also at the same time,
is
this what they think their best chance of winning is? This could be what their best. This is what they think their best chance of winning could be.
This league is designed for you to turn over and get competitive again within a short amount of time frame, with the exception of a couple of organizations out there. All right, the Cardinals are one of them, and the Jets are another. But Cleveland, I mean, like, what you're gonna keep recycling through players and keep like accumulating picks for the 101? I mean, like, what is that? What are you gonna do? You're gonna draft Arch. I'm sure Arch is gonna be a great fit. I'm sure he's gonna want to love to play for Cleveland. You're gonna ruin him. I digress. In terms of Fannin, though, let's get back to that. Fannin, Boston. Casey Concepcion, Quinshon, they're still going where they're going. I mean, whether it's Deshaun Watson throwing the ball or Shador, they're going to need these weapons in place, ground and air, one way or another. Peace, Goats Clutch game, baby. See you tomorrow. Ferg in the mock dress. Peace, Goats. I'm gonna hit that Ferg. Yo, not in the mocks, baby. Clutch, we're not mocking anymore. You're hitting Terrence live, baby, live. At the very worst, you could do a little you could do a little Warren and Terrence Ferguson late. Tingley, baby. Yep. The man Tingley is back. Let's say this, we get a fair chance this year considering it's a new coach. A new coach, not only a new coach that
wanted to draft him.
On record saying that he wanted him in Baltimore. On record. I don't know if we can make that much of it. And a fair chance. Like, yeah, he got a fair amount of reps in practice and in preseason, so that was fair. This is coming down to money. It's coming down to the owner, and they're going to let him make his own bed right now. If he's doing well, good. Cleveland's doing well. If he's doing shitty, that's going to be the end of it. Home draft is September 5. All right, Coach. September 5, Johnny 5 is alive. What are we doing with Jalen Warren this year? I'm going to draft him late. That's what I'm doing with him. I'm going to draft him late. I'm going to make sure he's either a second flex or he's on your bench spot. That's what I'm doing with Jalen Warren. Yep. I'm going to get some PPR out of him from Rodgers. I'm going to get some goal line out of him from Rodgers. That's what I'm doing with Jalen Warren. Block. I don't want to make it sound like I'm poo-pooing on Rico, but I think I've made my case. He's not. I don't think he could share the ball. What's up? What else we got today? Anything else today? I'm sure I missed something. I usually miss something, and it's always right in front of me. Trey Benson. Trey Benson was released. That's a nothing burger. Absolutely.
Was it injury release too?
What happened? Was it an injury?
Yeah, it was an injury release. So I still think he's nursing his ankle.
Trey Benson on Arizona, I have no idea. It's nothing but that's funny. Jeremiah Love is injured, and they released him. What was it? There was another one that I saw that was little. Saints. What happened with the Saints? Someone went over to the Saints.
Devin Neal got hurt, and they just traded. They traded for Zamir White.
Zamir White was sent to the Saints in a trade.
Yeah, because Devin Neal's hurt, and then Kamara's hurt too. So it's just Audrey Estime, and now it's Zamir White.
Don't like the Kubiak coach. Zamir White.
The ghost of running backs past.
Now that's somebody that
Oof.
if he would have been on the Raiders yesterday and that news breaks,
Yep.
then it's like Zamir the ghost of Zamir White. the ghost of like Zamir White, we can't lose him. What you don't like the Kubiak coach?
Why?
The guy that just won the Super Bowl. He's a real ass. Well, I don't think he's an ass. I think he's like just a nerd. He's the son of a father in this league.
Yeah.
Who's a coach for many years. He's like born into the NFL. I think he's a nerd. He's a nerdy guy in the best way possible for coaching. I don't think we're ever going to see him yell. I don't think we're going to get any of that. I think he's very even keeled. Brady must like him. And the other dude, Spytek, must like him. I mean, he seems like an ass. What a child. What a girl. What a girl child. What'd she do yesterday? She did something that was like pretty funny. Oh yeah. So M. Washington was dropped way earlier in the day, if not the day before. M. Washington was dropped. Then somebody yesterday in the late afternoon picked up M. Washington. Then I see a message from the Snipes. She's like, damn, I can't believe I dropped him. I dropped M. Washington. I shouldn't have dropped him because I had to drop him. I had to make room for.
She thought she dropped the wrong one, huh?
She dropped Malik Washington.
Yes.
I'm like, don't worry. You dropped the right guy.
Don't worry about it. You're okay.
You have nothing to worry about.
No, but he was with the coach. He was the coach for Seattle last year, the offensive coordinator for Seattle last year. Does Watson hurt or help Fannin, or hurt and help Junkins' run game?
It's a good question, Michael B. Gold. I'm gonna let the stewards answer this.
I think it hurts Fannin.
I don't think it hurts Fannin at all. Fannin had this same quarterback room. You could even say potentially worse last year, and he did just fine. He's kind of QB proof in a way.
I think
we'll see real quick.
I think based on what we saw last season from Fannin, entering year 2, what we saw from Judkins entering year 2, I think that they're gonna want to get the ball into their more experienced, they're more talented players. Not to say that Denzel Boston, not to say that Casey Concepcion or Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, Dylan Sampson. Not to say that any of these guys aren't talented. It's a matter of now who is in the best position that's on the field the majority of the time to help the Browns. That would be Judkins. That would be Fannin. And let's see what Deshaun does. We'll know pretty soon. We'll know within the first few weeks who he's throwing the ball to, who he's looking at, how many carries, how many touches of Judkins and Sampson game. We'll know that. We'll know that within 2-3 weeks what it looks like with Deshaun Watson. I'm so glad you told me. You felt better, right? I mean, I knew exactly. I knew right away what happened. So I said, "Oh, this girl, She thinks that she shouldn't have dropped. She thought that she had a gold mine and let the gold mine go. No, you dropped the right guy. M. Washington. Let's not make these mistakes with B. Robinson, folks. B. Robinson.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
All right, good shit. Do we have any more questions? We're here for you. We're here for your entertainment. Don't forget to like, goats. Like. Don't forget to subscribe, goats. The goats that are here that I know are already subscribed, the likes help us. Just
Yep.
not asking for one, just the like function on YouTube gets the actual app function getting this in front of other new goats. Are all your redraft leagues filled?
Yes.
The goats invitational is filled.
Right.
Yes. Troll goat, baby, troll goat. Troll goat, baby, troll goat. Damn troll goat, baby. All right, goats. Time to take off because we got all week, rest of the week. All right, so yeah, good shit. Don't forget again, please like, subscribe. We're about to freaking nail this off-season objectives. The off-season objectives. All right, see you tomorrow.
Be a difference, make difference. Stay blessed, everybody.
Be a friend, tell a friend about the goats. Go Cubs. PCA for MVP.
Thanks, Joe Goat. Do, 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 do.